folks, and welcome to the 5th part of our guinea pig project. And today we've got the components that are going to go into a case that you're going to design, 3D printed case.
Yes, these are the three items that we need in the case: the switch, the battery box, and the MP3 player.
This part, the switch, has to be poking through the box.
Yeah, because that's
the bottom of the box, so that I can access it to switch it on.
From the bottom of the guinea pig.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 screws, one at each corner.
So you're going to put some threads in, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to use some brass inserts so that we can screw the lid on and off to replace the batteries.
Yeah.
So we'll make it a little bit wider than the width of the battery box and long enough to take the battery box in and these components.
Okay.
So not much bigger than the footprint of those components.
So you've designed the case, the box for the components to go in.
Yep, it's got a lid and it's going to be held on by 4 little bolts, and it's got a hole there to mount the switch for the outside.
So you've got to send that to the slicing software.
Yep.
Next, so that you can print it.
So this is the same box in the slicing software.
So it's ready to print now.
Well, we'll slice it first. We'll do that and then have a look at it. Okay, it's sliced, and let's preview it. And you can see this is the way it's going to build it up.
Right. Okay. And you're printing, obviously you're printing that part first before the lid.
Yeah.
So here's the case, and pause as you put a couple of screws in and screwed on that switch. Brilliant. It's so professional looking.
Battery holder and the MP3 player.
There's one thing I thought, you know, Paul. I mean, this is fine for this project. But I think on a future project, it would be better to put the on-off switch on the side.
On the side, yeah. Oh, that'll be no problem.
Because the lid's going on here. Now, you'll want that facing downwards, yeah.
Okay.
So that you can take the lid off without taking it out of the guinea pig. See what I mean? When you want to change the batteries.
Yes, I understand what you mean, yeah.
So, it's the lid printing out next. So this is the lid for the case, and you've got it in the slicing software now, but you've not sliced it yet.
No, let's slice it now. Well, let's have a look at it in a preview. Not very many layers to this box because it's obviously the lid, because it's obviously quite thin. You can see it's got a lip on to locate it in the box and 4 holes. It's as simple as that.
Right, so it's ready to print now.
Ready to print now, yeah.
So the lid's printed now. It's got this nice ridge on it. You're going to do the honours, Paul.
The ridge just helps it to locate on properly, and then
4 screws.
4 screws.
In the corners.
Which will go in the corners, yeah. And these lugs will be threaded to take the screws.
So you've threaded the lugs now to take the screws. How did you do that, Paul?
Well, these little plastic lugs, when they were drilled out to the right diameter, we just run this 3mm tap through. It's only plastic, so you can turn it by hand, and it puts a thread on the inside of each lug. So that means we can now use these little machine screws to hold the lid on.
Shall we try it out?
Okay.
Putting the lid on. That's really professional.
Yeah, that's the accuracy of 3D printing.
So Paul's putting the wires, soldering the wires onto the MP3 player now. He's starting off with a red wire, so that's for the power. Now he's going to solder a black wire, so that will be going to the negative side of the battery. Doing the two speaker wires now. Now Paul's soldering the trigger wire. So there's all the wires. Yellow speaker wires, the two black wires. Are those both to the negative side of the battery then?
They are, yeah.
And then we've got the blue wire, which is the trigger wire, and we've got the red wire, which is the, is that what you call the live, the positive side of the battery? Yeah. And you put a bit of heat shrink on there as well to neaten it.
Yes.
By the pins.
Pins, yeah.
So Paul's going to put two slots in the box now for the wires to go through.
Try it with a lid.
That's neat enough, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
So you're just taping down the wire before you glue the box in now, Paul,
Yeah.
the battery box.
So we're going to put the battery box there. Just let that tack off and stick it in. Okay, that's nice and firmly stuck in there.
So Paul's soldering the positive wire to the switch. And now he's soldering the positive wire on the MP3 player to the switch. So I've got the positive wire going from the MP3 player to the switch, and the positive wire going from the switch to the battery box.
So that means we can turn it on and off now. So I've left quite a bit of wire on, just in case we want to reposition things later on. So we could connect up the black wire now, the negative.
Mm-hmm. So that's the negative wire from the MP3 player attached to the battery.
Mm-hmm. So we put some batteries in now and we turn the switch on and off. We should see the little light on the MP3 player light up momentarily to indicate that it's powered up.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Let's put some batteries in then.
Shall we? Okay.
Okay, so you've wired it up temporarily by just twisting the wires.
Speaker wires around, yeah. We've got the trigger input there.
Yeah.
So should we turn it on and try it?
Put some batteries in, of course.
We'll put some batteries in. Let's turn it on.
Switch the switch on. Let's see if it works.
Switch is on. Let's trigger the input.
I saw a little light on the MP3 there. That must be playing the silent
Yeah.
track. So you'll have to use the trigger again, won't you?
Let's use the trigger.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
So next, Paul is going to solder the speaker wires together. So now you're drawing in the trigger wire that's running from the reed switch on the guinea pig to the blue trigger wire on the MP3 player. So that's it now, all the wires are soldered together. So Paul's going to put the lid on the box, and then we're going to put the speaker and the guinea pig in the box and the guinea pig.
So it wants turning on as well, isn't it? Before you button it up. Oh, yeah.
I'll put these hooks and eyes on as well so that I can fasten it up. Nice and secure. Right, your carrot, Piggy. He's got his carrot now. Do you want this carrot, Piggy? You do? You are then. So as you saw from that couple of demonstrations we did, we can use this in two ways. We can use a sort of short, as Paul did, sort of putting the carrot in front of it and moving it slightly. That will cause it to just skip to the next track.
Yeah, the quiet one.
Whereas if you put the carrot underneath the guinea pig's mouth, that operates a long press so that it just goes quieter.
It turns the volume eventually down to 0. Yeah.
Yeah. So folks, which did you prefer? Which ways of getting the guinea pig to react did you like? So the guinea pig project is almost finished. All the electronic side of it is finished. I just haven't given it its legs yet. So I need to make 4 new polymer clay legs with claws on. But apart from that, the guinea pig is finished. Feels quite weighty now, it feels better.
Right, great. So on to version 2 eventually.
Yes, in the next video I'll make the legs for the guinea pig and his claws to finish him off. And we'll start working on version 2.
Great.
So we want to incorporate everything from this version.
Plus some additions.
Yes. So see you in the next video.